Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Lbtharealist, for those of you that don't know, and I'm Puerto Rican. No, um, this is Realistic Studios, and I'm totally out of um, out of sequence here. But one of my subscribers, he actually has his own channel. It's called the Social Progressive Warriors, and he actually left a comment on one of my recent videos, and he brought up an excellent point, and he brought up something that I wanted to address that I haven't been able to do yet, and that's the issue of progressivism versus conservatism. Now, again, I'm no political expert. This is just my feelings on the matter and my thoughts and my opinions, okay? But obviously, those two terms kind of go naturally opposite to each other, right? A conservative is someone who's conservative, like they're set in their ways, they're not too open to change. They want things to remain the same. Um, a progressive is more of a person that's willing to go against the grain. I'm sorry, my acid reflex just sucks right now. It just started to. They're more willing to basically change up the system, to change things. Now, at first glance, those two terms and those two concepts seem at odds with each other. Progressivism seems at odds with conservatism. It just seems like, of course, yeah. And in a way it is. But recently what I've been noticing and recently what I've been seeing is a merging of these two factions, a merging of these two concepts, of not really concepts, but the merging of the groups of individuals, conservatives and progressives. And I love it. We have like such as H.A. Goodman. A lot of his base, a lot of his subscribers are Republicans or conservatives. A lot of my subs here are conservatives and Republicans, and I love it. I fucking love it so much, because it shows me that if you guys are coming to my page, you're coming to my channel, and you're willing to take the time out of your day to listen to me. Some know nothing, black millennial guy sitting in his car talking shit to a phone with a nappy head, and it's very telling. It tells me a lot about me, and it tells me a lot about you all. It shows that the world is not black and white. It shows that this isn't a progressive versus conservative issue anymore. This is about the four or five concepts that I like to always discuss on my channel, the 4 or 5 ideals that I stand for when I say that I'm a progressive. And that's, I stand for the real, so real. I stand for truth. I stand for justice. I stand for equality and peace and love. And like I said, if you can get with those things, then you can get with me. And it doesn't matter if you're a progressive or a conservative. We can have differences of opinion and differences of methods of approach. You can not believe that we should, you cannot believe that, I guess, what's one issue? Single payer healthcare. You may disagree with that, but at the same time, it's not something that is that disagreeable where it's like, well, no, I believe that nobody deserves health care. No, for the most part, we all believe that we should all have health care. For the most part, we believe that people should be taken care of. I mean, unless you're one of these rich guys that doesn't really give two shits about the next person, you have to be a person of empathy. I mean, you have to be a person that says, look, wouldn't we be better off if everyone was taken care of? So we do have minor disagreements about how we should approach policy. But when it comes to, I guess, the main ingredients of a successful society, when it comes to the true substance, we as progressives can agree with conservatives on a lot more than we might usually think of firsthand. For instance, how many people really want to be in all these conflicts and wars that we're in right now? How many people want that? My audience, do you want to send your sons and daughters off to war to fight for oil? Or if you don't believe that argument, you want to send them off to fight for American imperialism? What are we in other people's countries for? The only thing we're fighting right now, we're not fighting any country. I mean, I guess in a way we are, but not officially. Officially, we're fighting what? Terrorism. How the fuck do you defeat terrorism? Especially when the U.S. is the #1 terrorist in the world. We're the biggest terrorists. How do you defeat yourself? It's a joke. Just like the war on drugs is a joke. But I mean, honestly, do you really want to send your kids out there to fight for some rich guy's war? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that most of you answered no. You don't want to fight for a war that does not make sense. Now, yes, if we're being attacked, yes, we have to defend ourselves. But how many times has that happened where we were just attacked out of the fucking blue for no apparent reason at all? If it's happened, let me know. If it's happened, let me know. I mean, how many people can say that they want their election system and their political system to be corrupted by fucking rich oligarchs and corporations? Even if you're a Republican or conservative, you can't tell me that you're okay with that. you can't tell me that you're okay with some billionaire getting tax cuts and tax breaks from these loopholes and shit while you're struggling. You may not be a poor person, like some of us are. You may not be a broke person, or, you may be middle class or upper middle class, but I know you at least have empathy if you're watching me, you have some kind of empathy in your heart for the next individual. Otherwise, you would not be watching me, because I rail against people that don't have empathy in their hearts. I don't connect with people like that. Now, honestly, I'm a little antisocial in real life. But it's not that I'm antisocial. I'm just anti-bullshit. We get to talk about policy, politics, religion, love, life. I open up like a book. I'm the most sociable person in the world. But when you get to talk about, the nitty-gritty, or, or talking about the next person, or, negativity and all that jazz, I don't get down with that. I don't get down with that unless I'm making a point. If there's a point to be made, or I feel like somebody's attacked, then I will go on the offensive. Other than that, I'm a reasonable guy. So it shows a lot that conservatives watch my channel. There's a lot that we can agree on. There's so much that we can agree on. Yeah, there's a lot that we can disagree on, but until we have a true people's rebellion, a true people's movement, not a party, but a movement and a rebellion, a true rebellion. And I'm talking about with arms and legs and fists, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a political and a societal rebellion where we don't participate in anything that's going to line the pockets of the rich anymore. I know that's more vague than anything, but I know you understand when I say this. I know you get what I'm feeling. You get where I'm going with this. We have to remove ourselves from the equation somehow, to where their system no longer works because we're not a part of it. Their system, they can't rule over you if you can't be overruled. Now, I know that's easier said than done, of course. But this is why I'm making these videos, because we have to have these conversations. Until we're able to have a true people's rebellion, we're not going to be able to go back to conservatives versus progressives, or Democrats versus Republicans, and this and that. That's what they still want it to be. They still want us to go against the Republicans. They want Democrats to be against Republicans and conservatives, and they're just too out there. We agree on more than we disagree on. They just tend to highlight the things that we disagree on. How many people out there want harm to the next person? Like, how many people out there just want to thrive, not only survive in this world, but to actually thrive in this world? That's what we all want, right? That's the #1 thing we can agree on. We all want to thrive. We all want to survive. for the case of Philando Castile, that's one of the subjects that I have to make a video on that I haven't touched on yet, because it's just one of those touchy subjects. It's not that I'm scared to make the video, it's just that it's so much, it's just so sad to even talk about. And I know the people with empathy are gonna feel me. There's nothing that you can say, that anything that you could say against that case would be so fucking far-fetched. Like, well, he shouldn't have been black in the vehicle, or he shouldn't have had a gun in an open carry state, or he shouldn't have reached when the officer asked him for his ID, or, you know, you can throw as much shit out there as you want to, but just know that man was murdered. That man was murdered. And you guys, people that watch me, at least I'm assuming most of you guys that watch me, you guys know that man was murdered in his vehicle with his girlfriend, right? She couldn't even console the man because she was scared to get shot herself. She had her 4-year-old in the back seat. She can't. How would you feel if an officer stops you, and for whatever fucking dumb fuck reason, there's a mix-up that happens, and the officer thinks that you're not cooperating. He thinks that you're not complying, so he shoots you. No matter about what you think the circumstances is, to him you did not comply. He shoots you dead with your girlfriend in the fucking driver's seat, and your child, your 4-year-old girl, in the back. He shoots bullets into your vehicle in an open carry state. How is that right? How is that right? If you disagree with me, please, in the comment section below, prove to me how that is a right thing to do, to murder somebody and to say, I feared for my life. How is that cop a hero? How is he anybody to be respected? How is he anything less than a murderer? And this is not about cops. This is not about black versus white. This is about the people versus the oligarchs. The people versus the power. And this is about coward, murderous cops. And cowards that won't stick up and fight for what's right. When you're a cop and you see shit like this happening, what's going through your head? Because I know they probably don't let you talk about it, right? You're not allowed to make comments about it if you're an active duty cop or a policeman, right? Or something like that. Maybe you are and you're just not saying anything about it. I know I'm terribly off subject. I went off tangent. This is why I've been waiting to make this video. But the point of what I was trying to get at is, we as progressives need to stop attacking conservatives for just a brief moment at least, and just realize who the true enemies are. The true enemies are the corporate Democrats who smile in your face and tell you that they stand for you, and then you know they don't. The corporate Republicans as well, the ones that have been dirty. The corporate interest and the establishment itself. How about these media personalities that don't do anything to truth tell? They don't do anything for the people. But these are the people that we put on pedestals. These are the people that we prop up. And I was one of them. I was one of the people that was going to vote for Hillary Clinton. Like, yeah, I guess I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton. I mean, it's a Clinton. Hillary Clinton, right? Hillary Clinton? Yeah. Clinton was cool. Bill Clinton was cool. I didn't know shit. We need a people's rebellion, y'all. And I know there's a reason why I have a lot of conservatives that watch me. I know there's a reason that conservatives watch HA and Tim Black and Sane Progressive. There's a reason that when people like us speak, conservatives, libertarians, Green Party members, Democrats, whatever you want to call yourself, independents, whatever you want to call yourself, there's a reason that why when these people speak, these people listen. We all feel each other. We're all on the same page. If you're a subscriber to me and you haven't unsubbed because of a curse word that I used or of a certain view that I had, and you're still here, it's because we have almost the same heart, or basically the same heart. You feel me in some kind of way. And that's what it's about. It's about the people. It's not about conservatives versus progressives, Republicans versus Democrats, and party politics and all that jazz. No. It's about being people first. It's about being people. We are people. I'm a man. I'm a short man. I'm a skinny man, but I'm a man, goddammit. Yeah, I'm a black man. Yeah, I'm a Puerto Rican, but I'm a man first. I'm a person. Philando Castile was a person that had a family. You know what I'm saying? We are people. And that's what these corporations forget. So until, like I said before, and I keep saying it, until we decide to wake up and we truly have a people's rebellion. We can't go back to business as usual. We can't stay in the same mind frame of versus this person versus this isn't about party anymore. This is about people, okay? So please people, let's come together. Let's erase those lines, those imaginary boundaries between us that says that you can't associate with this person because you're black, or you can't associate with this person because they're Republican, or you can't associate with this person because they said this and they did that. And like I said, if you have your line in the sand, then that's your own business. But when it comes to minor differences that don't really mean anything, we don't have time for that. I don't have time to worry about Bill Maher saying nigga. I don't have time for that shit. I'm struggling currently. But with all that being said, y'all, I don't want to make this a 20-30 minute long video of me ranting, but that's what it ended up being. Just know that this is an open channel. I don't care if you're conservative, black, white, Republican, Taliban. I don't care. I mean, I don't mess with the Talibans. That's not what I meant. I just meant I don't care. Look, you can even be a racist. As long as you don't come out your mouth and say nothing racist against me, or say no racist stupid shit on my channel, you can be racist. That's your own prerogative. But when your racism and your shit starts affecting me, then that's where I have a problem. Then that's where my line in the sand comes from. When you're out doing stupid shit, hurting other people, and infringing upon them and disparaging them, then that's where I draw my line in the sand. Then I can't fuck with you, okay? But if you're a respectful person and you have a heart, then Lbtharealist fucks with you. That being said, remember to love one another, love each other, peace, and chicken grease, y'all. All right.